JSU Football Highlight Show. Joining me now is former Jackson State University baseball player and also one of the players for the St. Louis Cardinals and Hall of Famer, Mr. Kurt Ford. Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Kurt Ford. It's so good to see you.
Likewise.
So how are you feeling now since you are arriving to Jackson State's first home game, which is the W.C. Gorden Classic? Tell me how you feeling.
Well, I told guys last night and the night before, I feel like a little kid that just won the Little League World Series. But, this is my home. I'm from Jackson, Mississippi, Verdant Edition. So it gives me an opportunity to see a lot of my family and friends that I haven't seen in years. And it just, they have just shown me nothing but love.
Of course. So also, what are some big improvements that you have seen at Jackson State when it comes from you being a former student and former baseball player here and attending versus now?
Well, obviously the diversity, that's really cool, to see that, letting us know that, other people have interest in going to school here at Jackson State, and the attendance, the growth, and just the love alone, I just had only warm memories because the people just opened up their arms to me, so that's wonderful.
Of course. Thank you for joining me, Mr. Kurt Ford. Stay with us, and we'll be back right after the break. Welcome back to the JSU Football Highlight Show. Joining me now is Miss Professor Norwood. It is so nice to have you here with me, Professor Norwood. So how are you enjoying the game right now?
This is the home opener. We've been waiting on this moment. Our guys and our band, they've been traveling all season long. So to come home, we're really excited to root for them, to support them, to see them do their thing, and to see the city of Jackson come out and support Jackson State. It's been a good night.
Yes, Professor Norwood. Also, for my last question, what are your expectations for the homecoming game? Even though our next game is with Alabama A&M, and that's the Gulf Coast Challenge, but everybody is looking forward towards homecoming. So what are your expectations?
I think homecoming, we're going to see the same thing that we've always seen. Everybody always refers to Jackson and Jackson State alumni as resilient, as tough, as unmatched. People are going to come out in groves. They want to support our new leadership for the football team. But regardless of what's going on, coming home is nothing like it. So I'm really looking forward to alumni showing up. I'm looking forward to that same momentum, that excitement. It's homecoming season. Let's get to it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for joining me, Professor Norwood. Of course. Stay with us. We'll have more right after the break. Okay. All right. Welcome back to the JSU Football Highlight Show. Joining me now is Herb Mulligan. So, Herb, please tell us about that touchdown play that you did.
We just came on the sideline, made a few corrections because the defense, they kind of was outsmarting us a little early on. So we had to come back, put it on the drawing board, and we just went out to play. We just executed them. We just moved them off the ball. And that's what happened when you execute.
Thank you, Herb. Stay with us, and we'll have more right after the break.
Thank you.
Of course. Welcome back to the JSU Football Highlight Show. Joining me now is Robin Gorden, the one and only W.C. Gordon's son. It is so nice to have you here with us.
Hey, I'm a Jacksonian. Been coming to this stadium since 1967 when we still had alumni field over on the campus, but we would play Southern, Grambling, and Alcorn here. And then about 70 or 71, all the games matriculated to the Mississippi Memorial Stadium, which we lovingly call the Vet.
Yes, sir, Mr. Gorden. So also tell me about how your father, W.C. Gorden, is a prominent figure and an inspiration when it comes to this W.C. Gorden Classic.
My father was he was ahead of his time on some of his ideals and some of the things he instituted. But I guess the biggest thing about him was the word loyalty. He wanted loyalty, and if you're loyal to someone or something for so many years, to the university, to the coaching staff, to the alumni, to the players, good things can only follow. And so we were thrilled. This is the 16th year. Now, but how many times do you see them honor one of our black heroes, a black positive person in the neighborhood? in our community, while they were still living. And we're so appreciative of Jackson State University and the administration and the ADs and the presidents from years past who created this classic, and all the way through now for 16 years, and they have continually, allowed this to happen. And my father was from Nashville, Tennessee, and I know but he loved the color red. Well, he loved to dress well and things of that nature, but it wasn't necessarily red. He liked tricolors, with 3, and we were just the blue and white. And he wanted to add another color to put a little more pizzazz in the uniform. So he went with the red, and face mask became red, and the block became red, which he designed. We can get that trademark on there, but the bottom line is just bringing the colors, bringing a winning tradition, disciplined guys graduating. It's like a family and us coming back. That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. So with your father being one of the most prominent coaches of all in the SWAC football industry, how do you feel about your father being, recognized and getting recognition from the alumni, the fans, and other people from the SWAC?
Again, it's a blessing. It's something that you don't normally see until that person dies. Now, my dad died back in October of 2020, but Jackson State University recognized him well before that time, and that was such a great thing, and it's such a beautiful feeling, and he loved it, and as a family, we loved it, and we want to keep that tradition and everything going. And his bottom line, we like to win, so. That score up there, we finally got the lead, but we should be beating this team worse by now.
Yes, sir, Mr. Gorden. And also for my last question, was your father your biggest inspiration when you played football here?
He was my biggest inspiration from the standpoint of not having to face his wrath if I did something incorrectly. But he instilled pride in me and my brother and our whole family growing up, and the football team, all the guys, the players. He instilled pride in you to do your best, to be your best, to have character, be a good citizen, and be a successful person in your community. So that's where he preached that every day. He hardly talked to me when I was playing, because he didn't want nobody to think he was showing favoritism. And maybe we get home and he still wouldn't talk football again. So, but that was just him. But the pride came from his overall culture and how he treated all 100 guys out there.
Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Robert Gorden. Stay with us and we'll have more right after the break.